The Real Estate and Mortgage Show, your go-to spot for everything home buying, selling, and financing on News Talk 580 CFRA.
The first day of November, everybody. Welcome to the show. Sitting in for Frank Napolitano this week, we have Lisa Belanger from Mortgage Brokers Ottawa. Welcome back, Lisa.
Thank you. Happy to be here again.
Awesome to have you here. And Paul, you've brought a special guest today.
I have. I've brought Stephanie Applejohn. She's the owner of Mary Maids of Ottawa. So she will be joining us for the show, and she might be a little bit nervous, and all her friends and everyone's listening. But Stephanie, before she says hi, years and years and years ago, Frank and I at my charity golf tournament decided to donate a chance to come on our show, get some publicity on our show, and Stephanie graciously donated a small fortune to come on this show, and she's been so nervous to come on. It's only taken her about 4 years. So welcome to the show, Stephanie Applejohn.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I remember that. My husband said, don't put your hand up. Put my hand up. Then I did it again and again and again, and then I won.
Yeah.
So,
and then she's like, what? I paid that to come on the show?
So I've been hiding because of him.
But I will say you're coming on a really good show, because filling in for Frank, we have some brains for once, So you don't have to listen to Frank's nonsense. You can just listen to some brains for once. So it's going to be good.
And I just want to tell Frank, Paul bought the coffee today.
Well, of course.
I'm just going to put that out there because I know this is a big
Somebody
thing.
had to say it.
Yeah, he knows that. He knows that. He knows that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, speaking of brains, Lisa, back to you. Bank of Canada interest rate announcement this week.
Much expected. Of course, a lot of people expected to see that decrease. So there's lots of back and forth about, are we going to see another one? Are we not going to see another one? Bank of Canada saying, oh, you'd have to learn to live more frugally, which is probably not the right thing to be telling people. But I think a lot of folks are anticipating another decrease in December. But again, there's a lot of things to happen between now and then, a lot of announcements to come in. A lot of numbers, so another decrease would be great. But
let's hope we get things spurring a little bit, because the last one, this is the second decrease. The last one I thought was going to get the real estate market just jamming. Didn't do much at all, really. But hopefully this one's better.
It's really nice, as I said. We all know how much I love a variable and adjustable rate mortgages, and this is a really big win for people who suffered through the really big ups.
Yeah.
So another big another decrease is nice. But again, remember, if you have a fixed rate mortgage, your interest rate did not change.
So what's the variable now? What are we at, about 3 3/4, something in that range?
So the prime rate is at 4.45. Yeah. So it really depends on your discount.
Yeah.
I've got some people asking, is now the time to lock in? Should I lock in? Should I lock in? Two things. One, I wouldn't lock in. If your interest rate is, prime minus 80 or, 85, you're well below 4% into the threes. Fixed rates aren't in that range, and you're not locking in at the interest rate that you've got. You're locking in at an interest rate that the banks are offering, or that your lender is offering right now. So I think that's important to remember.
And I think people forget, too, that when these rates come down, and Stephanie and I were talking about this morning, when these rates come down, it's amazing for buyers. It's amazing for sellers, because they have, buyers have more buying power. Sellers, maybe rates come down, their payments come down, but we forget about businesses, right?
Yeah,
it's great for everybody.
Like lines of credits and things that are living off lines of credit, and businesses that are really struggling, and builders, like we talked about builders. They're, at one point they were holding so much land and so much money in financing that they were like 7, 8, 9%. And now it's a little more palatable.
Right. When you're holding lines of credit at 7, 8, 9%, that's costing a lot of money.
A lot of carrying costs.
Right.
And building is expensive to begin with. So, a lot of that, is to help that, bringing on a lot of the changes that are coming down the pipe for, new home builds, and to try and spur that new construction.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Oh. No, awesome. Well, it sounded like the governor of the Bank of Canada in his speech was also saying that they're a little hesitant on the cut in December. How is that being priced into the bond market right now?
So it's funny you say that. A lot of people have said, okay, so we've seen the decrease. So now we're anticipating a decrease on, the fixed side. But then the bond market went crazy. So then there's actually room for them to adjust a little bit upwards. Probably won't happen. It's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. But, fixed rates are really good right now. If you're more comfortable in a fixed rate and it makes sense for you to take a fixed rate, then by all means take one. You just have to make sure that you always consider those things that I talk about all the time. Is the penalties. What is it going to cost you to get out of that?
If you need to.
If you really need to.
Right.
Yeah. So that's, again, a mortgage is not just interest rate, but it's important to price in all the different factors.
Good question, though, Craig. God, you're getting smart. My God, you are getting good, bud.
You're making me read stuff all week to get prepped for the show now.
Well, you're actually getting so good. I'm wondering if I'm going to lose you as my photographer, videographer, and you're just going to go into radio, right?
Bell Media, if you're listening.
He's not for hire. He's not for hire. Yeah.
All right. Stephanie, it's great to meet you today and have you on the show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, about Mary Maids. How did you get into that?
Yeah. So many years ago, I know it's hard to believe. So Mary Maids has been around in Ottawa since 1991, and my husband, Jason Applejohn, and I, we're second generation owners. So we got the chance to have this. So I started back in Mary Maids in 2008. And then we decided, this is a great company. Let's, dive into it. And we decided to own it. And that's what we've done. And it's been fun. Since 2008 until now, I was kind of like thinking in the car, reflecting like a lot has changed in cleaning. Like and people and clients and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Steph's got me out a lot of jams. You know how many times that I've had people who have like moved into a house and they're like, my house is disgusting.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Awful.
And now, Steph, I shouldn't say this on the radio because people are going to expect this, but she literally got a crew in there that day for me. Now, don't expect that.
The Paul Rushforth emergency line. I have a special line for Paul.
You guys must do a lot of move in, move out cleans and things like that because, listen, when you're getting your house, cleaning out your house to move into your new house, sometimes people are like, oh my God, I got to clean my house for the next people.
Yeah. So the funny thing about that, you're right. And we get, and all joking aside, Paul does get, people that move in that day and it's filthy. And he's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? So we get a lot of that, but move in, move outs. And I know that your realtors are awesome because his realtors are awesome because they educate their clients that maybe they need to get the house keys, look at the house, wait a few days to move in, and then that way they call us.
In with a moving truck.
Exactly. So, that's what we tell people, like when they're booking, they're like, oh, I get my keys at, I'm moving in, November 1st. And we're like, this is great. When do you want the clean? Oh, I want November 1st. I'm like, okay, you're probably not going to get the keys until later on that day, right?
Yeah.
Easily 4 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's come on the 2nd, and what do you want? Oh, I just need a few things done. You know what I mean? And just a quick, standard clean. And then they call us November 1st at 4 o'clock when they get their keys and they're, oh my gosh.
They're freaking out.
They're freaking out. There's, the walls, the floors, everything inside the cabinets and stuff like that. So yeah, it can be it can be fun, but we're there to support and help.
I would say though, most of the people that what they forget about is their appliances. And that's something you guys do, which is really good. A lot of times people are like, sure, no problem. My floors are clean. I've mopped them. They look great. And oh, you took the dishes out, but you forgot to clean in the cabinets, and then you open the fridge and it's disgusting. Then you look
behind the fridge.
Oh, they forget they forget all that stuff. But that's where like, listen, if I'm moving out, I'm not doing that stuff. I'm calling Steph. Like I don't want to do that stuff. I want to move into my new house and be excited. I don't care to clean my old house.
I'm not doing it on a regular basis.
Right.
Exactly. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And then the
it's
other
worth
thing,
it.
They forget too, right? You're moving into a house. What about your house you're moving out of?
Yes.
Right. So that's the other thing. Like I'm moving out. Okay. So, we'll do a move out clean as well for them. So it's, a little bit, it helps, moving's stressful, right?
Yeah.
Moving's very stressful. You have
sure.
the movers and all this, so it's stressful. So we're really trying to make it, comfortable and relaxing for the client.
But you also do weekly, bi-weekly cleans, like you're a service.
Yeah, weekly, bi-weekly, every 4 weeks, monthly. We have, we call them on-call clients. They call us whenever needed. We have the, my wife is coming home tomorrow. Can you come?
The appraiser is coming tomorrow.
That's a good one to know.
Last time. The appraiser is coming. Remember we talked about that last time. Your house needs to be clean if you're having it appraised.
Absolutely.
It can affect the value that's coming back.
Yeah.
So.
And then also
staging. Get your house cleaned.
Staging, right? When you're going to sell your house, you need, sometimes they need that extra little, detail clean. So.
I can tell as a photographer going into those houses where the people have taken that seriously and had somebody come in. When you live in a place for many, many years, there's things you don't even see anymore.
Listen, one of the biggest things you can do. So people are always like, what do I need to do to upgrade my house to sell? And I'm like, okay, don't do the kitchen, don't do the bathrooms, don't do this. But I'll tell you a couple things you need to do. Look at your paint, look at your light fixtures, look at your declutterness, or decluttering, like your clutter.
New word today.
New word for Paul Rushforth.
Declutterness.
Declutterness. So look at the clutter, but also the clean. Because what happens there is someone comes through your house and everything looks great, but it's dirty. They think, okay, if this is dirty, what do you think the furnace looks like? What do you think the eaves troughs look like? What do you think?
Absolutely.
So clean is one of my top 5 things you have to do when you're selling your property. And I just mentioned 4 of them. So, and declutterness. Don't forget declutterness.
I love that we're inventing new words. Maybe we'll get that in the Oxford English Dictionary.
There we go. Why not?
We'll chat GPT it. We'll put it in chat.
Exactly.
There we go. But yeah, like I was saying, I can always tell walking into a house, going to photograph it, the houses that are spotlessly clean sell the fastest.
Oh yeah.
As long as they're priced properly, they are done. And I know, and as Lisa said, we talked a few weeks ago about when the appraiser's coming for the new buyers. If your house is filthy and gross, like they're gonna walk away with a negative review on the house, right?
Yeah, I think we more so in the fact of or in the face of refinancing, that makes such a huge difference when you're having your house appraised. When you're really either way, they're going on comps. They're looking at comparables, recent sales. But again, if the comparable it sold for that price because it showed really well, it likely was super clean. So getting your house cleaned is definitely good. It's worth the money.
But Greg, you haven't been into very many homes, have you?
No.
I would actually like you to write a book on some of the things you've seen when you photographed.
I don't know that I can do that.
Didn't you say it was 40,000 last time?
It's over 40,000.
Over 40,000.
Wow. I've photographed over 40,000 houses. So
I'd love to have a story on some of the things.
I've seen it all. Yeah. If you have a question, head over to realestateandmortgageshow.com or give us a call at 521-TALK, 521-8255. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Hey, we got a call in from Brandy in Ottawa and has a question for you, Stephanie, about deep cleaning. Brandy, welcome to the show.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, Brandy. Thanks for calling in.
You guys were talking about the economy, and I'm just wondering if with the holidays coming up, should I do a deep clean or should I be preventative? Like, what's the better economic choice?
Okay.
Well, are you looking to sell a home, or are you just saying get it ready for the holidays? Should you be doing a deep clean or just a regular clean?
I don't want to hear it from my mother-in-law.
Oh!
You didn't qualify that.
Okay, Brandy, now we know where you're going. I was like, I don't know, Brandy, it's whatever you want to do, but now that I know your mother-in-law's coming.
It's a marriage-saving question.
That totally changes what you need to do now. You might actually have to move.
Best value for my money.
Yeah. Best value for her money,
okay.
Stephanie.
Yeah, no problem. We usually try to tell clients that if they're, we have clientele that have weekly, biweekly, and every 4-week cleans. So if you're having a regular cleaning service come, we try to, do a deeper clean every 6 to 12 months. If you don't have someone cleaning your home regularly, I would recommend, based on if you have kids, pets, pets that shed, stuff like that, maybe every quarter would probably be good. Mother-in-law coming, you need to book that like 2 days before, she comes, pretty much.
And now explain more of a deep clean. Like, what is a deep clean?
No, absolutely. So a deep clean versus a standard clean. So you're wiping down baseboards, especially, you see the baseboards. Just because I've been doing it forever, when you go up the stairs, you're always seeing baseboards. And if you have, dog hair and kids, they're
spilled drinks, spilled anything.
Everything. So you're wiping down baseboards, window ledges, the front of the cabinets, everything, making everything look, sparkly and shiny.
Do you do the fridges, stoves, all that stuff
If you want inside your fridge and stove, not a problem, especially if the mother-in-law's coming, because she's going to check everything, right? And making sure her room is like spectacular, 10 out of 10. So you're just making sure everything, blinds are wiped, all that kind of stuff. So it's just it's a lot longer. We're in there a lot longer, but it's a deeper clean.
I would do a deep clean if your mother-in-law's coming, Brandy. There's your answer. Do it.
I think all 4 of us are voting that here today.
Yes, we are.
For Christmas, do do I need to get in now for booking?
That's a great question. If you have a particular date, I would absolutely, you can call or go online and book your clean. The sooner the better, just because Christmas, around the holidays is coming. So if you know the date she's coming, I would book it probably the day before.
So you are going to do this at the end of the show, but you might as well since Brandy called in.
Oh,
What's the website and what's your email address?
Yeah, so the website is www.marymaidsottawa.ca. And you can email us at info@marymaidsottawa.ca. You can definitely call us at 613-244-1992 or text.
Amazing. Thanks for your call today, Brandy. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, and definitely all of us from having mother-in-laws recommend deep clean.
Definitely deep clean.
All right. Lisa, some new legislation coming down the pipe for first-time home buyers.
Very exciting.
We're going to talk about the first-time home buyer credit.
Yeah, so we did talk about this. I think I was here the last time that it came out as well. So when the federal government said that they were going to be looking at doing a tax rebate for new builds, again, we were talking about the new builds, for first-time home buyers on homes up to $1 million. So they're going to be doing or looking at doing a rebate for the federal tax portion. Now, the Ontario government had said if the federal government goes ahead and does that, then they are going to go ahead and look at doing a rebate for the provincial sales tax. So, I mean, on a purchase of $1 million, you're looking at a savings of about $130,000 for a first-time home buyer. So it's a new build. Yeah. It's important to keep in mind it's for a new build. It would be amazing if it was for all purchases, but I guess we take what we can get as it comes and continue lobbying for the other. But it's a great big savings. It's also going to be prorated over $1 million. So something between 1.35 and 1.5, you're still looking at a minimum rebate of $24,000. So it's
now,
a good program.
keep in mind, that is not out.
It's not out yet.
That is proposed. We're in the third reading.
Got it.
For the federal one. Now the provincial government comes out and says, keep in mind, the first one is GST exempt for first-time home buyers on new builds only, and that's 5%. Now the provincial government is coming out saying, based on the federal one going through, if that goes through, we will then do a rebate of the provincial sales tax, which is 8% for new builds, first-time home buyers. So if you're a first-time home buyer with a new build, there's a possibility down the road, hopefully shortly, there's a possibility down the road you could be saving 13% on your build. Now, keep in mind, this was proposed. The federal one was proposed May 27th, and then everyone goes on vacation for the summer. We're still sitting here now, November 1st. So it is going to come. But when someone says, like last week, we had a call and said, is it coming soon? And I'm like, it could be before Christmas. It could be in March.
But the nice piece, though, is that they're saying it'll be in effect as of May 27th.
Yes.
And as long as the new build has started before 2031, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's really not that long when you think about it, but 2031, and it's substantially finished by 2035, then it's still going to apply. At least those are the guidelines. That they're
and the only thing they're thinking about now, like there's all sorts of parameters, right? So let's say you bought a home right now, a new build, and then all of a sudden they come through with the program like, yep, we're going through. So is the government cutting you back a check as a buyer, or do they cut it back to your builder, or like what? No one knows that portion of it. But the good news is once someone proposes something and it's in a third reading, very good chance it's going through. And now you have someone saying, well, if that goes through, I'll then throw another 8% on that. It's probably going to go through as well. So good news is there's a very good chance it is happening. It's just if you try to pinpoint a date, that's going to be impossible.
Good luck.
So,
right?
It's a great initiative. And, as Paul just said, it's likely coming. Both of the governments working together in that regard. One said, I'll do this if you do that. So now they're actually coming together, and it's looking pretty positive. There's a lot of parameters that have put out and been released. And when they start throwing out things like dates, and this is by this time, I buy that time, more times than not, most times than not, it's going to come to be. But yeah, there's no guarantee yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming.
But the good news is too, though, is like Lisa said, it's retroactive to May 27th, right? So all of a sudden you've bought something in, I don't know, July. So don't hold back buying is what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely don't wait.
Don't say, I'm going to wait for this, because you could be waiting till April, and now all of a sudden that townhome that you were going to buy for $575, $600 is now worth $625, $630. So just know it is going to come retroactive. You have until 2031, you said. Yeah. So I would still go ahead and buy. You're rather going to. The only thing is where's the money going? Is it going back to you? Going to your mortgage? What is it doing?
Yeah, right now they're calling it a rebate, so it's not quite clear if you're getting it back or if it's going to be completely waived.
Yeah.
And what would be awesome is if the Ontario government also jumped in and said, you know what, we're also not going to have first-time home buyers on any purchase have to pay the land transfer tax. So that would be a huge savings for, and I think give a really big boost to help first-time home buyers get into the market, because right now you do get a land transfer tax rebate, which they don't pay. They call it a rebate, but you don't pay it at closing, of up to $4,000.
Right.
But imagine if they waived off the whole thing, and then you didn't have to pay your land transfer tax up to $1 million or whatever the cap needs to be.
Yeah.
Something within reason. That would really give a big boost, I think, to the economy and to the market.
Yeah, and the good news is most first-time homebuyers aren't buying over $1 million anyways, right? Like they're looking at 4 to 700, 4 to 600, probably in that range. So, yeah, there's some great programs coming right now for first-time homebuyers, and 30 to 35% of our market are first-time homebuyers. And when first-time homebuyers aren't in the market, those move-up buyers can't move, those move-down buyers can't move. So I really believe that first-time homebuyers are the backbone of this market, and to give them these incentives and this help to get them back in the market where they've been out of the market for so long because of COVID and interest rates, this is going to be very exciting.